The first question is from Kalyani Mehta, IA ID card number 103. She is asking, Dear Swamiji, I wish to know more about feeling connection. Does a feeling connection in one's life carry on to the next life? Can one have feeling connection with several deities, people simultaneously?
I wish to know more about feeling connection. Does a feeling connection in one life carry on to the next life? Can one have feeling connection with several deities, people simultaneously? First thing, the feeling connection, that attitude, that quality is surely carried from one birth to another birth, no doubt. And you are asking, can it be with several deities and people simultaneously? Not really. See, with all the, Ramakrishna says very beautifully, a lady in a house serves everybody, she gives food to everybody. She takes care of everybody, but she knows who is her husband. Same way, a devotee, he respects all deities, he respects all gurus. Just yesterday I was telling our brahmacharis, a greatness of, uniqueness of our Vedic tradition is accepting the possibility in all beings. See, yesterday there was a show in TV about one person claiming he can heal any disease in 2 minutes. We were watching the show and some of our brahmacharis are sitting with me, and as usual they had a doubting eye on him. I said, I don't think I am the only healer on the planet Earth. I am one of the healer. And there are many people who express one stream of different siddhis. So, do not think he is a fake the moment you see him. Don't judge. He may be having one altered state of consciousness. There are millions, especially in Indian villages, who have one state of altered consciousness. Means they will be able to handle one extraordinary power. In Karnataka, there was an elderly man, his name was Kasagowda, means Mani Gowda, literally if you translate. His speciality was anybody having any fracture, pain, anything, he will just keep a 25 paise coin, India's 25 paise coin, which is like a less than 1 cent. Indian rupee itself now less than 1 cent, that is different. Okay. Less than 1 cent. There is a penny. He used to keep the penny and put a band-aid, it will become all right. And the funny thing is, when he will ask us only to bring the penny. Our own penny when we give, when he keeps on our skin, it will stick to the skin. If you keep, it won't stick. So I have heard about him. And I had a devotee from Salem suffering with a hand pain for quite a number of years. I tried my best to heal him, maybe more than a month. Every day I will heal him. I could not do. I could not heal. Then I thought it's something to do with bone fracture. I am not able to do anything. Maybe I have to take him I have to tell him to go for allopathy. Just 2 days before I heard about this Kasagowda, I took him. He was living in just half an hour drive from our Biddi ashram in a remote village. Per day, 10,000 people used to come to him. Please understand. He will not charge anything. Morning, around 4 o'clock, he will do his puja. He is a devotee of Kalbhairava. All the Gaudas in Karnataka are followers of Kalbhairava, Shiva's followers. So, he starts his puja for Kalbhairava. Then, he will come and sit in his seat and start. Around night, 11 o'clock only he will finish. No rest. He will only eat, twice a day between seeing the patients. When I went there, I saw at least 10,000 people. It was not any special day, ordinary day. A villager. So, I stood in queue, but the moment he came to know that I have come, he received me and took me to his place, and then I told him I came for this devotee only. Then I just wanted to see also what he does. Then he asked the devotee to give a coin, and the devotee whom I took, he gave the coin, and he took the coin and just looked. I could see by his look the coin has melted. Just coin is melted. It has not completely melted and poured out, but the process happened in the coin. I can see it has become liquid. I put that coin on the place where the devotee had a pain, put a bandage, over. In 2 days pain vanished. What I could not do for 1 month, this old man who has neither intellectual idea about enlightenment nor the smell of enlightenment, he finished it in 2 days. 2 days means to heal it took 2 days, but the whole process did not take more than 2 minutes. He had to spend 2 minutes with me because I am a VIP to receive me. Otherwise, he has done it. Just last year he passed away. He left the body. He became very old and he passed away. I know for sure he was able to put himself to an altered state of consciousness, not enlightenment, but certain altered state of consciousness from where he is able to express that energy. So I told him, do not think I am the only person. Maybe more number of expressions are happening through this body. That's all. There is no such thing as monopoly in the field of mystery and spiritual powers. Please understand, I am making it very clear, and I wanted this to be on record. There are millions of people who express different spiritual powers and experiences. You may have respect on everybody, but the feeling connection will be only towards your master, who takes you towards enlightenment, who raises you to enlightenment. As I said, that Ramakrishna story, a lady in the house takes care of everybody, but she knows who is her husband. So, and especially in Nithyananda Sampradaya, for all my devotees and disciples, I am making it very clear, you are expected to respect all the deities and all the masters, all the gurus, not just belongs to Hindu tradition, all religions. Please understand, our devotees have no right to criticize, disrespect any tradition, any religion, any spiritual order. I am making this as an understanding. Even if you consider somebody as the worst, lowest level tradition, crude form, you have no right to criticize or disrespect. Krishna says very beautifully, every path, every form, even if you think it is crudest form, leads to me. So you have no right to think somebody is crudest form, somebody is very intelligent path. No. For you, I am enough. But you have no right to force the same experience or the same feeling on others, on the people's head. So, not just accepting others, respecting others. Not just acceptance, respect. So, Kalyani, exact answer for your question. Feeling connection is carried from one life to another life, but you can't have feeling connection with all deities or multiple people. It will be there with only one being. You will have tremendous respect, reverence. Maybe if you have feeling connection with Guru, you will see Meenakshi as Guru. When you go to Shiva temple, you will see Guru only sitting there as Shiva. Or if you have feeling connection with Shiva, when you see Guru, you know Shiva only is there as Guru. But the feeling connection itself will be there only for one being. You will see everything else as the embodiment of that being. Next.
The next question is from Ritu from Bangalore, who's asking, is there really something like blind faith, or do we all have a divine inner voice guiding us towards whatever is best for us? How can I know whether I am caught in blind faith or guided by intuition? Ritu, Bangalore.
Let me read out the question once more. Is there really something like blind faith, or do we all have a divine inner voice guiding us towards whatever is best for us? How can I know whether I am caught in blind faith or guided by intuition? Ritu, you need to understand, no faith in the inner world is blind faith. 3C and 3D of the outer world is blind faith. Please understand. 3C, cricket, cinema, corruption. Now, India's largest practiced religion is corruption. Largest watched religion is cinema. Largest watched celebration. And largest followed religion is cricket. Even though you know the hero who is projected in the screen is not as he is projected in his real life, you know it is just acting, but you just decide, no, I am going to believe it. And you feel he is really the person who is shown in the screen. That is what is blind faith. Still in rural villages of India, people feel whatever is shown in the screen is real. How it is shown in the movie. Really the fellows jump from here, there, and everything is happening. This is what is blind faith. And you know, this politician is highly corrupt. He has built his whole empire from the swindled money. You again vote for him, taking 2,000 rupees. And cricket. Can these 11 fellows standing in stadium and hit the ball, can they represent the pride of a country? See, especially when India, Pakistan, cricket happens, almost the war mood is created in the country. What a waste of resource. And the whole country is stalled for 2 days. Already we have enough of celebration. In 1 year, more than 100 days, we don't work. 100 days, we act like work. See, in India, average man goes only 100 days to his workplace. I don't say works. He goes to workplace only 100 days a year. In that, now this foolish cricket fever stops the whole country, the productivity. The game is promoted by the mafia, underground mafia. What do you call this? Betting. Am I right? The word. Betting. And it is bookies. With this kind of people, this game is promoted. So the blind faith is believing. And sometimes when I talk about cricket, people get offended. Wow, what about our patriotism? I said, you idiots. Dumb donkeys. What do you mean at associating cricket and patriotism? You guys should understand. India can be represented by 11 enlightened masters, by Vivekananda, Aurobindo. Those great, if you associate patriotism, all that with those great 11 masters, great. See, I have nothing against the men who are playing the cricket. See, I am nothing against the person. But when this concept is being used by match-fixing people to completely stall the country and making you believe, a common man in India believes, if you support your country team and sit in front of the TV and scream, ah, when they hit sixer, and when you fall, you should fall into depression when the team loses. If you do all this, you are a patriotic. This is blind faith, understand? This is blind faith. Voting to a politician because of the community, seeing the cricket match thinking it is patriotism, feeling whatever is shown in the screen is true. This 3C is blind faith. And 3D, drug, believing the drug can take you out of your problem is blind faith. I ask people who drink, why do you drink? Not to solve all my problems. It is solved, at least forget it for 1 hour. So this is what is blind faith. And depression. Why are you in depressed mood? I am worried about my problems. By this worrying, can you solve it? I am worrying. Can depression solve your problem? No. This is what is blind faith. And suicide. I have spoken to many people who have committed suicide successfully. Not that attempted suicide and came here. Many people come here. I attempted suicide 3 times, Swamiji. I said, even in that you are a failure. I am not even talking about that group. I am saying I have spoken to many people who have successfully committed suicide, means ghosts. I asked them, fool, why did you commit suicide? I thought I'll escape from my problem. Have you escaped? No, I got into a bigger mess. I tell you, never contemplate suicide. That is the worst thing you can do in your life. Because the body is the gift from the divine. If you destroy it ahead of its natural time, for example, if you are supposed to live in this body for 100 years, If you destroy it 30 years, the remaining 70 years you will be sitting without body. It will be like you will have beautiful food in front of you but no tongue to taste it. You will have the beautiful things in front of you but no eyes to see it. So that will be the worst torture. Understand? That will be the worst torture. I have spoken to many people. Invariably, 100%, all the fellows who committed suicide are saying by suicide they only got into bigger trouble, bigger mess. Never ever contemplate on suicide. That's the last thing you need to think. Last thing you need to contemplate. No, even last thing you should not contemplate it. So the faith you have on cricket, cinema, corruption, and the faith you have death, depression, drug, only these faiths are blind faiths. Not the faith you have in the inner world towards a deity or God. Please understand, in the inner world it is always inner voice guiding you. The socially irresponsible medias continuously abusing that people have blind faith on me. It is actually they who are promoting the blind faith by promoting 3C: cinema, cricket, corruption. All the socially irresponsible media which has abused me, like Swarna TV and all, complete paid news. Most of their news is paid news. Because now the media has nothing to do with the truth. It has something to do with what is the profit. It has become purely business and highly commercial. Understand? If you have faith in the inner world, it is always through divine inner voice. Whatever media is promoting, if you believe that is blind faith, whatever is against the mainstream current, even then you are having, it is not blind faith, it is your inner voice guiding.
Beloved Swamiji, so much attention is being focused in some media about your clothes and your style of dressing and so on. As a devotee, I know all this is just a casual play for you, but is there something you would like to say to the media who are making such a fuss about it? Anusha, Mumbai.
Anusha, I'll have to sit up for this question. I'll read the question once more. Beloved Swamiji, so much attention is being focused in some media about your clothes and your style of dressing and so on. As a devotee, I know that all this is just a casual play for you. But is there something you would like to say to the media who are making such a fuss about it? First, few basic things. I assumed human body to relate with all of you, to relate with human beings, and inspire all of you to enlightenment. So naturally, this body itself is a one cloth I have put on me. I know you need to sit and see this body when you listen. That is why I have created it little decent way so that you can sit in a relaxed way and see. Why this human body, the purpose of human body itself, for you to see and relate with me. Understand, this body itself is one dress I put on me, one cloth I put on me. Then what is there so much about one more cloth I put on this cloth? They think, there was one Swarna TV talking continuously about, I've spent 1 crore on my dress. He doesn't know. I don't spend a single penny on my dress. I get paid if I wear their dress. My devotees bring and put the cloth to me, give the cloth and give some money also as an offering. I don't spend a single penny, and I don't choose color, I don't choose dress. Please understand, it is devotees all over the world. If they want me to wear some sari or some dhoti, they bring that and offer it to me. I say, all right, I'll wear. Next day I wear it. That's all. Nothing else. One more thing. As these guys are trying to display that I am attached and all these, that, if I am attached to all those dresses, I would not have taken up the responsibility of Madhurayadinam. It did not take for me even 1 second, even one thought I did not have. I am not going to be using any of those clothes. I did not even bother when I accepted this responsibility. If I was too attached to all those clothes and everything, I wouldn't have bothered to take up this responsibility. I tell you, long before I renounced that dress, but still these fellows are not able to renounce those dresses. I have given it up. Even while I was wearing, I was never attached to it. Even after I removed, they are attached to it. These people who are abusing me based on the clothes I am wearing, they need to know this body itself is a one cloth I am wearing on myself. So anything put on that body does not affect me. It only affects you. And I wanted all our devotees to know, all the dress and dressing method I use is purely from Vedic tradition. It's purely from Vedic tradition. I am not wearing jeans and running around. Or I am not wearing pant shirt and running around. In Hindu tradition, the colorful clothes and jewels are put on the deity so that you will have the darshan. So many masters used to wear. Bhagavan Swaminarayan, he wore all color clothings. He was a great sadhu, a Paramahamsa. Bhagavan himself created a sannyas sampradaya, but he himself was wearing all colored clothes. So understand, this body itself is a cloth for me. Nothing affects me. And they are saying that I have a designer, fashion stylist, makeup artist. And they don't understand. I neither have a designer, nor have a stylist, or have a makeup artist. Nothing. I have only one thing. body made out of pure consciousness. Anything you put it on it, it radiates grace of enlightenment. They are burning, they are saying, oh, it's like you give them some unique sweet. In South Indian villages, they make something called kolkatte. You give them some unique sweets like this, and they talk about every component of that sweet except the sugar. They say, oh, this is there in that sweet, that is there in that sweet, that is there in that sweet, but they forget to mention about the sugar. Same way, my photograph is like that sweet. They talk about the fashion designer, makeup artist, stylist, an international photographer. They talk about all that. They forget one important ingredient of that photograph, enlightenment grace. It is like somebody describing, talking about a sweet without talking about the main ingredient, sugar. That is exactly the way these guys talk about my photograph, dress and everything, without talking about the main ingredient which makes it tasty, which makes it graceful, the grace of enlightenment. But the fools, because they could not see the main ingredient, they go on attributing this to all other things. And invariably, even my critics and detractors, sorry, nobody can distract, that is different. The detractors, even my critics and detractors are very clear. Whatever is said and done. So only thing, you see now, they almost came off the way. They accept there is some grace. They accept that it fits, something is there. But only thing, still they are stuck with beating around the bush. They are not coming to the main reason, the grace of enlightenment. The grace of enlightenment. That is what is actually attracting them. I wanted them to know, please don't be misguided by your superstitious belief only by great designer, makeup artist and style director and international photographer, the best picture can come. Best picture can come by the grace of enlightenment. They are talking about all the ingredients in the photograph. Actually, there is no ingredient. I don't have international photographers. I don't have a stylist. I don't have a designer for my clothes. I don't have a designer for my jewelry. I don't have a makeup artist. I don't have a makeup. The only makeup I do is applying this sacred ash on my face. If they call that as a makeup, then I can't do anything. They are saying international photographers and all that. I wanted to tell these few media who make so much fuss about my dress only one thing. Look little deep to find out the real source of the grace. Don't be stuck with your superficial, superstitious beliefs like designer, fashion stylist, photographers make the best photograph.
Paramahamsa Nithyananda, a rare living incarnation, is named among the world's 100 most spiritually influential personalities today. Paramahamsa Nithyananda has been placed alongside Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela, Oprah Winfrey, Paulo Coelho and others by Mind, Body, Spirit, the world's top esoteric magazine from Watkins, London's oldest and largest bookstore. A yogi by birth, he has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English. Translations of these books are available in 26 languages in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 10,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services with ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world, offering exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being, benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, a spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore, and places in India like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Tiruvannamalai. A spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation, a contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers, an adept in Ashtamahasiddhis, mystical yogic powers, who has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands and graced them with spiritual powers, a dynamic young guru who is an inspiration for thousands of youngsters, India's most watched spiritual guru online, a beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nithyananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment.
वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ध्यानलोकप्रदीपकं वन्दे शान्तमयं बन्धं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम् आनन्दगन्धसञ्चारं सर्वोपाधिविनिर्मुक्तं वन्दे ज्ञानालयं नाथं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्.
Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bangalore 562109. Contact 09742203311. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.